My name's Nathan Hodge. I'm the head of Wrightbus International. I'm in charge of the business development growth strategy for Wrightbus in markets outside of the United Kingdom and Ireland. Responsible for the operation and management of Wrightbus International PT Limited in APAC, and involves the coordination and management of our manufacturing facility in Malaysia and after sales and support and managing over 3,000 buses each day in Hong Kong and Singapore. And I'm going to talk today a bit about an overview of Wrightbus and what we're doing in the German market and how Invest and I are supporting our growth strategy moving forward. In terms of Wrightbus, we have been in operation for over 75 years and been pioneers of innovative and new technologies in the UK and Irish market, dealing with the movement to low emission diesel to hybrid to zero emission vehicles, including hydrogen electric. Wrightbus very synonymous also for the new bus for London, the iconic Routemaster, also known as the Boris bus. In terms of business, we've also got a strong export facility, as I said, with over 3,000 buses in operation daily in Hong Kong and Singapore, with other buses in operation in New Zealand, in the US and in Latin America. We also have a manufacturing facility in Malaysia, which has been in operation since 2015. In 2018, we've relocated to a new facility, also in Ballymena, very close to our original facility. This is somewhere we've got lots of scope to continue to develop and grow our business and to effectively meet the demands of the future zero emission bus growth expectations. The business has been under the ownership of Joe Bamford, and we launched the world's first hydrogen double deck bus in 2020. And currently, the business is in a period of growth and expansion. We currently have 780 people employed in the UK and 130 employed internationally. We're expecting by the end of 2022 to have over 1,100 people employed in the business. Our current output growth for vehicles has doubled from 2021 to 2022. And in 21, 70% of the buses we manufactured were diesel. But in 2022, 70% of buses will be zero emission, and we expect that trend to continue over the next 3 to 5 years, but also the actual volume of vehicles to continue to expand. We're also continually investing, and we've got 4 innovative new products coming to the market next year. As I mentioned before, we're manufacturing base in the United Kingdom. Our chassis manufacturing, after sales and main bus facility are all located on one site. But we've also got lots of space to grow. We're also the only European bus manufacturer with a dedicated on-site hydrogen delivery and hydrogen equipment and support supply on-site, permanently based. We also have a very strong relationship with Queen's University Belfast, which has now operated for nearly 30 years. It was initially a consultancy partnership project, but in 2017, we actually formed our own research facility, also known as WTEC. This has now been rebranded the Bamford Technology Centre, and this is an area of excellence. We have students and we have professors from all around the world who have come and worked in this, and it's become a real centre for public service vehicle development and sector and knowledge transfer. In terms of our product offerings, we have obviously single deck and double deck vehicles, but for the European market, obviously we've had a strong ambition to grow in the sector, and we can see that a single deck hydrogen bus could be, and single deck electric buses could be where the growth opportunities come for Wrightbus. So this is something that we've developed and now can offer to the market. In terms of hydrogen fuel cell and battery electric vehicles, the technology and development from Wrightbus has been significant. We incorporate a hydrogen fuel cell on our hydrogen buses. We use the same electric traction system in both our battery electric vehicles and our hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. For people who are not aware, one of the big differences between hydrogen fuel cell vehicles and battery electric vehicles is the refueling time. An average length of time for a battery electric vehicle is around 1.5 to 2.5 hours, depending on the type of charging technology, but a hydrogen vehicle can be refueled in as little as 8 minutes. In terms of Wrightbus, in terms of the hydrogen sector, an area that we think is where the growth is going to come for Wrightbus in Europe, we currently have over 91 hydrogen buses in service, We are the leading hydrogen bus manufacturer in the UK and Ireland, and we are currently second. We have the second largest number of hydrogen buses in operation in all of Europe. So Wrightbus can offer an end-to-end solution. We can do infrastructure and planning through Rise Hydrogen, or we can also provide installation and fuel delivery. We have a finance offering through Fuse Finance, and we can obviously provide buses through Wrightbus and after sales through our Uptime 365. All these integrated offerings is something we're now bringing to the European market and predominantly to the German market, where we can see a significant upscale in demand for hydrogen technology. For us, we are looking at as clear exporting into Europe, into Germany. Germany has a very clear, definitive path with a hydrogen strategy. You can see in the map shown below, this is the current plan for hydrogen fuel stations and hydrogen pipelines. There's a clear strategy built up, not just for buses and urban mobility, but for hydrogen fuel cell trucks, and also looking at how they can, through green hydrogen, help to improve the emission offsets for manufacturing, for concrete, and also steel production. So there's a very clear, definitive pathway in Germany, and a very clear, definitive capital planning procedures put in place. And for us, we are now looking at how we can take from being a very well defined UK and Ireland manufacturer into Germany. So we've availed of the support of Invest NI to look at how we can go into more depth and more detail in these opportunities without necessarily having to invest significant amount of capital over the last 12 months. And Invest NI have been able to support us both through the tendering process, where they've been able to actually support us with some of their thoughts and some of their views with their local knowledge. We've been very, very supportive and very, very lucky to have somebody in Invest NI who is actually located in, well, was actually the hydrogen sector of Europe. In and around the Cologne region is actually where the most amount of hydrogen buses are kept and planned to be kept in all of Europe for the foreseeable future. There will actually be more hydrogen buses by the end of 2023 in Cologne region, in the city of Cologne, than there will be in the entirety of the UK and Ireland and France. So we've been very, very fortunate that we've been able to leverage some of that key local insight and knowledge. And also through Invest NI, we've been able to open up other parts of Germany and look at them without having to be able to be there. You know, obviously challenging for the last 18 months has been traveling. With the COVID pandemic, it's been hard to plan consistently. So Invest NI have supported us with the TAS program to look at the different opportunities or potential partnerships that we could avail of to open up regions outside of Cologne. And that's something that we think has been very, very beneficial for us to get an oversight of potential partners in a very quick and efficient manner. For us, we see significant long-term potential in Germany. There's a very clear capital planning path for green hydrogen production in Germany. There's a very clear path to bring down the cost of hydrogen in Germany. And I think we're well positioned to satisfy that demand as it moves forward and the growth continues. But in order for us to have got there, we have had to avail of support from SNI, as I've said previously. That has been absolutely beneficial to us in the initial formative periods. Obviously, just gaining that local knowledge straight away, there's obviously a significant amount of dialects in Germany, significant regional differences, and the ability for Invest Northern Ireland to provide some of that information to us in an efficient and clear manner has really built up our knowledge of the market in a manner which wouldn't have been possible if we had done this directly ourselves. And that's something that I think that we have found really, really beneficial and something that's been very important to us. And for us, you know, we believe all companies that are sitting there or considering export should try and avail of Invest NI and the UK Department of International Trade. If you're not working with these type of departments when you're looking, or these companies when you're looking at export, then you're potentially trying to export with one hand tied behind your back. You're potentially not availing of all the opportunities or offerings that are on the market. You know, for us, I've worked with GIT and Invest in Ireland, Northern Ireland, in a number of different markets, and they really can provide a lot of efficient and effective local knowledge in a very quick and elegant manner. And for me, they're a key partner for any business looking to export, and somebody that has been key throughout our journey in Germany so far. And now we can see the tender sphere in Germany increasing significantly. Currently, there's active tenders for over 230 hydrogen buses in Germany, and we think we're well positioned to capitalize on that. But in order for us to get to this point where we're now in a position where we can look at commercial opportunities, we obviously had to go through the initial basic work, and Invest Northern Ireland have really helped us with that over the last 18 months, and that's something we're truly grateful for. I'm happy to take any questions at the end of the Q&A.